So as the end of the school year rolls around, school might actually already be over by the time this is uploaded, I notice a trend. There are two types of teachers, the ones that just stall for time and give us filler assignments, and those who cram absolutely everything they possibly can into the last 2 to 3 days. Today we are going to be talking about end-of-year bullcrap. So first, we're going to talk about the teachers that stall until the end of the year. So here's a story. In math class, while nearing the end of the school year, we all walk into class like you normally do, and here's what the teacher says. Okay, class, you'll have about 5 minutes to prepare a lesson and be ready to teach the class about a math topic. And me and the other classmates just look around thinking, you've got to be kidding, right? Your time starts now. So I pull out my book and try to find something easy to do. I ended up picking exponential functions for anyone who cares. And we had to teach the class. And now we're making board games. Math freaking board games. Oh, let's make learning fun. Oh, golly gee willikers. So now moving on to the teachers that cram all of the assignments in at the end of the year. Here's an example. In one day, I had a presentation in science, a presentation in business, and a band concert after school. And for anyone who cares, I'm in percussion. And the next day, I had a test and a theater performance. Who knows? Maybe I'm just a lazy person and don't like to do things. Actually, to be completely honest, that sounds about right. And here's another thing. The stuff they try to fill up the last 3 days of school with are complete bullcrap. Here's what's happening on the third to last day of school. Also, just so you know, my school, as with most schools, has 8 class periods, 4 every other day. So on the third to last day, we're going to all 8 of our class periods, 10 minutes each, so we can check out. My question is, why? It's not like they can keep us in school after school ends. It's just an idiotic way for the school to get us to do things for the teachers. I would actually be more happy if they just had us go and do the things for the teachers and said that's what we're doing. And then all of that is followed by a talent show where people show their talent. I think it was because they just couldn't figure out what to do with the students since they have them for 3 more days. And what if nobody showed up to the talent show? There'd just be a giant hole in the schedule that they'd have to work around. Okay, students. Because nobody signed up for the talent show, I guess, just go to recess. Here's my thinking. If we just had the talent show after school instead of being a required event, then we could be teacher slaves for longer than 10 freaking minutes. Then the people that actually want to be there can go and enjoy it instead of making everybody suffer. We have to go to homeroom first instead of first period so that we can get our yearbooks. Also, just as a side note, the yearbooks were $40 this year. 40 freaking dollars for a book. And following homeroom, you go to all of your classes. Wow! Couldn't we have just gone to homeroom the day before, reschedule a talent show to happen after school, have everybody check out the second to last day so you can keep people here for longer, and give out the yearbooks on the third to last? Wouldn't that make more sense? Then again, I am talking about the American schooling system. Nothing has ever made sense about that. Nothing really happens the last day. Around 30 people show up and you don't do anything. That's the end of the story.